All right, so next we will move on to routes, which is where we will set up our API endpoints. Okay, so we go to our routes file right here and just delete what came with it. Okay, and then we'll also use our WebAuthn library. Okay, the first API endpoint we'll set up will be for our associated domains. So just to give you a little intro right here and pull it up. So associated domains establishes a secure connection, right, between our domains and our app. So you can share credentials or provide features in your app from your website. And it's just pretty much like when a user installs the iOS app, right? The system will, or our iOS app will download the associated domain file from our server and then verify the domains in the entitlement in our app. So you can check out a little bit more on how to set it up here, but I'll just get it going first. Okay, so first thing we'll do to set up our API endpoint, we'll do app.get, and then we'll have to provide our path. And then the path will be the following here from according to our documentation, so we can just copy and paste those. All right, and then okay, and then we won't be using this parameter since we'll be defining it within our closure. So we'll do a request in returns a response. Okay. All right, so we'll get it going on setting our API endpoint. Okay, so first thing we need is our app ID from our iOS app that identifies our iOS app. Let's see right here. Okay, it'll show you how to set up the app ID. So you need the application identifier prefix, which is the same as the team ID, which you can get from your Apple's developer portal, and then your bundle ID, which you can get from your iOS app. But we will just get those from Xcode directly right here. Let's see. All right, so under signing in capabilities and signing certificate, you should be able to see your team ID at the very end right here. And then for general, you can find your bundle ID right here. All right, so I will just copy and paste that from my notes for our app. So put that here. All right, and the next thing we need to set up is our response string. Okay, and just to show you, the response string is set up like the following right here on the documentation, but we mainly just need the web credentials for passkeys, so we'll set it up like the following here. All right, and I will just get that from my notes, just make it a little easier. All right, so change this to app ID. All right, and then lastly, we will encode our response string as a response and return it back to the iOS app or our client. So we'll do that with the following: let response equals try await response string dot encode response for our request. Okay, and then response dot headers content type will be HTTP media type application and JSON, since we're doing this in the JSON format, and then we'll return this response. Okay, all right, so we'll encode it in a JSON format as stated right here, I believe. Let's see. Yep, update the JSON code in the file. All right, Oops, spelled response wrong here. Alrighty, and let's see. Yep, and that's it. So that will be our first API endpoint related to our associated domains that we have to set up so that our iOS app and our server can talk to each other securely. All right, and then next we will move on to our WebAuthn endpoints to set up for user registration and authentication.